Assalamualaikum and greeting to everyone. I feel great to be here today to share some interesting experience about myself, which is the logo about myself, and to provide you with some exciting information, which is about the self-concept. So, during your lifetime, do you really understand about yourself? What are you capable of? What can you define with self-concept? If you answered one of the questions above with no, let's get to know about the self-concept first. Self-concept can be defined as a dynamic system on how we think and make sense of ourselves that acquire to understand who we are, and we use that knowledge to make sense in this reality. It is also how we fit into the environment to function effectively. We strive for personal goals. Self-concept developed from the images that others have of you, which is comparison between yourself and others, your cultural experiences, and your evaluation of your own thoughts and behaviors. So we are clear about the self-concept. What about the self-esteem? It is individuals' subjective evaluation of their own personality, feelings, or self-respect and consciousness, and the degree to which they have positive or pessimistic opinions about themselves. From this self-esteem, we can evaluate and define how competent ourselves and the way we value and appreciate ourselves. Next, I want to share with you some elements that I create to become a logo that represent myself. First one, the earth. Represent a temporary life that I have now. The earth is a place where I can devote it and get through a journey as a human being, a daughter, a friend, to fulfill the needs and expectations of people to myself. Furthermore, that's where problems will occur, and it tests the way I solve and adapt to it. To conclude that, I can say the earth is where I can see myself and stand by my own self as how I struggle in the world to survive and face anything that ever come for me. Second element is the music notes around the earth. From my perspective, music itself is alive. I always connect my life to it because in my soul there is a room for the music. Most of the time, I connected to the music almost every single thing that I did in my entire life. In any feelings that I had, in any situation that I faced, I believe music will always be there to stand up for myself. The music notes that represent to the whole earth is a rhythm that will produce a melody. That is how the melody becomes my best friend, and it defines how it plays a huge role in my entire life. Next, there is a girl with white cap. I have two personalities which represent to each girl that I have addressed. I am a tough woman, independent, fierce, dominant, and a bit selfish. People address me as an outspoken person, and I did not deny to it. I tend to have more male friends rather than girls because I really hate drama. That is why I always get along to have more male friends because it's less drama, less stress, and straightforward, just like me. I address the element much bigger than my other half of personalities because the element played the biggest role in myself. Over 70% of myself is addresses to this element. From the character, I can say I rather to be in a tough situation because I don't really like safe and comfortable. Next element, a girl with dress. I address my 30% of myself to this element. In myself, I can see there is still a room for the feminine to work on me. I have soft heart, I love to help, and I cry a lot. There is a time when this element of myself is exposed, people tend to take advantage of me and take me for granted in every single thing. To sum up, I would say that I can be a nice woman and be as sweet as what people want to see me. Next, microphone. So, why microphone? These elements connects very strong with the music notes that I have mentioned earlier. I always describe myself as this phrase. Sometimes I sleep, but mostly I sing. So, I can sum up that singing is also part of my life. My passion in singing speaks very loud in myself. I start singing when I was 7, and it develops even more when I grow up. I get the genes from my father. So therefore, the microphone includes in myself and my life much greater than any else. This one can be quite biggest elements in me, which is fire. Fire connected with hot temper. It is the only one word to describe the element. As I address myself as a fierce woman, I can be met in something that does not match with my opinion, thought, and perception. When I was younger, I used to have fights with some people in both gender because during the time I do not know how to control my emotion and madness. Slowly, when I getting to grow, I learned to slow down my temper, get some advice from the adults, but I know myself. The fire is still inside me, but controllable. Lastly, black color. I think black is a wonderful and beautiful color. As for me, the color can give me peace and space to have a moment for myself after I get through the hardship. So here it is. I show you all the elements that I combine to be a logo for myself. As a conclusion, creating the logo that represents myself is a good way to define who am I, how I perceive myself, and how I portray myself into a logo. From this assessment, I can get to know myself better and give chances for myself to express whatever feelings, thought, weakness, strength, ability, and also limitation. I believe the creation of logo gives a positive feedback towards myself as I learn to love myself more than I did. It is a success key to life, and the development of healthy self-esteem leads to a good personal and help to improve myself to become a better version of human being. That's all from me. Thank you very much.